Hey guys, Abel here back with another video, and in today's video I'm gonna talk about signs that you have dieted too far. In recent videos we've talked a lot about fat loss goals and mistakes, but in today's video we are gonna be talking about the final physique that you have accomplished. And while a super lean and shredded physique may look very good, it does not mean that it's conducive for, well, I guess normal life. And this is one of the most difficult things about this game of getting lean and staying lean, is that it's tough to differentiate between legitimate warning signs and red flags versus things that you just need to embrace and accept, and quite frankly, oftentimes just tough enough about. Your willpower and discipline muscle, or absolutely muscles that you will need to use during a diet. And for most people, it's a pipe dream that you can get lean and have this great physique without ever having to exert your mental fortitude a little bit. But there are absolutely things that if you experience those should be red flags, and those should make you think whether you're really trying to chase something that's reasonable. Now, this is not a don't get lean video. I still absolutely help people get lean, but what I don't want to do is help people confuse foolish or needless strain with progress. And it's important to understand that in this quest of getting lean and staying lean, at a certain point, the question stops becoming, can I push even harder, or can I be even more disciplined? And it becomes, do I understand what this is costing me? Most people either never ask that question or they don't know when to ask that question, and that's the problem. So in this video, I want to give you 5 warning signs that if you ignore, you could be shooting yourself in the foot and not realize that it's not just a matter of embracing the process even more or getting even more hardcore. It's actually a matter of realizing that what you're trying to optimize for is not something to optimize for with a sane mind. So the first warning sign or first red flag is that maintenance still feels like dieting. Up to a certain point, the first couple of weeks, even after a strict diet, this is normal. While you may still go through some adaptation period mentally, you should absolutely see the process becoming notably easier. And past that point, you should get to a place where if you're truly at a sustainable body fat percentage for you, maintenance eating should pretty much feel routine and even boring. You eat, train, you live your life more or less normally, and your body composition should more or less take care of itself. But when you have dieted too far and you've gotten yourself too lean, that changes. Because even with your calories at maintenance intake and being seemingly well fed, you're constantly on high alert. There's this constant self-checking and double-checking, caution, and there's just this non-stop low-level anxiety and stress around food and activity. You're not dieting anymore, but you're still never relaxed. And that is just a huge red flag, because what that means is that you're only able to maintain your physique by maintaining the same level of effort, more or less, that got you there in the first place. And yes, you may be able to habituate to it. Humans can habituate to almost anything, but long-term sustainability isn't about what you can tolerate. It's about what you can maintain without having to exert constant effort. If maintaining your physique requires the same rigor and vigilance as dieting, you're well past your truly sustainable point. The second point has to do with eating, and it's that you're never truly satisfied, only full. And this is one of the most misunderstood signs, because when people think of hunger, they think of stomach growling and these very easily noticeable physical sensations, but that's not always what happens. A much more common pattern when someone has dieted too far is just this chronic dissatisfaction, not so much the acute hunger. What happens is you eat, your stomach fills up, but you never really get that complete, calm, satisfied feeling of, okay, I'm satisfied and I'm good for a while. Instead, you kind of just chronically feel unfinished. That food noise never really stops. It's like your body is just never quite getting the message. And the consequence of this often is either that people break down or that they try to mitigate the problem by chasing food volume. I could even say that people are trying to trade stomach distension for satisfaction. So we eat a lot more fiber, more veggies, low-calorie foods, low-calorie hacks. And yes, stomach stretching is one satiety pathway, but it's not the only pathway. When carbs, fats, so calories and overall energy availability is too low, a lot of the other satiety pathways just never fully activate. So at that point, the only lever that you can still pull on is physical fullness. And so that's how people end up eating to the point of discomfort and even pain just to feel something resembling satisfaction. And unfortunately, at that point, this is no longer optimization. It's not even management. It's just compensation. If being satisfied requires you to be uncomfortably full, and this is a chronic thing, you have probably dieted too far. The next one is a subtle point, and this is you're afraid to remove control variables, or you feel like you can't afford to remove control variables. Now, I know extreme control freaks exist and type A personality types exist, but generally speaking, when someone is at a sustainable body fat level, they are not afraid of some flexibility. So one can miss a workout, one can have a little bit of a lower step count for that day so they can walk a bit less. They can have a meal that's slightly different than their usual ones, and nothing catastrophic happens. But when you have dieted too far, everything just feels like it has to be managed on a tightrope. So you're scared to lower your step count even slightly, even on a given day. You're scared to ever eat without tracking. You're scared to skip cardio. So basically, in short, you're scared to loosen structure at all, ever. And it's not because any of those things are objectively dangerous to your physique or pose any kind of real threat. It's because your physique feels like it's being held together by a very specific and very precise combination of behaviors. I've definitely been there myself. I was absolutely not having any meals unless it was precisely tracked. I was walking an absurd number of steps every day. And it's not because I was enjoying it, but simply because I was just terrified of what would happen if I stopped. So walking went from something therapeutic to something that I came to resent. And that's an important signal to you. When you're afraid of removing or even slightly changing a variable because everything just feels unstable otherwise, it's no longer control. It's instability. If you have a sustainable system, it should be able to tolerate small disturbances. An unsustainable one can't. Number 4 is that your social life quietly collapses. This is one that actually just quietly sneaks up on people because in reality, as common as this is, most people will not tell themselves, I'm gonna be dieting, so I'm gonna be avoiding people. Instead, what happens is that they rationalize. So they say, I feel more introverted now. I just don't enjoy going out as much. I'm focusing on myself and self-improvement. People are draining me. And to be fair, some of that might be true. People can be draining. Going out can be draining. I raise my hand. I know that firsthand. But there is one key distinction. If leanness and the pursuit of leanness is quietly selecting your social life for you, if every social event requires rigorous pre-planning, calorie budgeting, compensation strategies afterwards, mental negotiations, then let's face it, socializing just stops being fun. And people over time just say, thanks, no thanks. So they just opt out. Of course, anybody would. So they start eating alone, going out less, and their world just slowly, quietly starts narrowing on them. And it's not because they consciously chose isolation, but because isolation makes doing what needs to be done or what they feel needs to be done easier. And this trade-off might feel acceptable short term, but if your physique goal systematically shrinks your life, that's not a neutral outcome anymore. That's a cost. And warning sign number 5 is that you don't trust yourself without rigid rules. This is usually a late stage problem, and unfortunately for many people, this is indeed the beginning of the end of maintaining their lean physique. When someone has dieted too far and trying to maintain that, they stop trusting their own judgment. They don't trust fullness, hunger, normal eating behaviors, energy. Everything needs to be externalized. So of course there is food tracking with zero autoregulation, food rules with zero autoregulation, training and the amount of training and activity that they need to do is structured to a point that defies reason. And the irony is that the more rigid these rules become, the less confident the person feels without them. Maintenance at this point does not only not feel comfortable, but it doesn't even feel like success anymore. It actually just feels like living in constant danger, like you always need to be afraid of something. And insofar as internal signals and bodily signals have some validity in the person's eyes, it often comes in the most distorted form. People will frequently get to the point here where feeling pumped and full after a decent meal feels scarier than feeling depleted. At this point, discipline is no longer a tool. It's officially become a crutch. And this is not something to talk down upon or to judge. It's just something to recognize, and also recognize that this is not some moral failure or anything. It's just simply a sign that something is seriously miscalibrated. And unfortunately, these things are often either not talked about at all, or they are actually being praised. Usually we don't look at people in these Instagram reels or whatever for being impressively relaxed around food. We admire them and compliment them for being lean and for being super dedicated and disciplined. And so often these warning signs get rebranded as virtues. And that's all fine and dandy until the system breaks. And none of this means that you shouldn't get lean. It just means that below a certain point, the skill that you will need changes. It becomes less about pushing and more about introspection. And if you're not sure whether what you're experiencing is needing more discipline or is a warning sign, well, then you're exactly the kind of person that coaching is for. Because it's not enough to just know how to push blindly, but it's also important to know where and when pushing actually makes sense. So that's all I wanted to say in this video. I hope you found it insightful and informative. If you did, then you would honor me if you liked the video and subscribe for more content like this. If you'd like to work together with me in a coach-client format or do a consultation with me, you can check the link to my website in the video description. Otherwise, I want to thank you for hanging around up until now, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.